the starting part of the personality, every one of us is an amazing level of simplicity. Always had a smiling face. Lord, that would really be missed, Lord. And very, Lord, your Lordship's imprint would remain forever in all of us. We wish your Lordships a very healthy and satisfying life.
Lord, on behalf of the bar, Lord, it is always a painful moment when a judge is retiring, and it is more painful when a judge who is retiring has been popular in the bar. And your Lordships have been extremely gracious in dealing with the bar. Your Lordships have not only dealt matters with a smile, but also kept the mood in the court very light, of even cracking jokes at many times. And because this really, our life is so stressful, Lord, and matters, and we are representing our clients, and we are always in a sort of an anxiety to get something. So if the mood, Lord, is made light, and if we are, we feel that the atmosphere in the courtroom is, Lord, it definitely helps, Lord, in the justice delivery system, and also ensures that the citizenry who's being represented also gets proper relief. And Lord, of course, I've always said that this is no age to retire, but unfortunately, that is how the Constitution today is. But we wish from the bar, Lord, your Lordships, a very, very healthy and a fruitful next innings, I would say, because this is just, Lord, a change of your Lordship's role will happen, and I'm sure your Lordship will be around us to guide us and be with us in times when we require your Lordship's assistance and guidance.
Lord, may I say also, this Lordship Justice Nazeer, and what I will remember, Lord, apart from anything else, Justice Nazeer, Lord, never lost his temper. He was always cool, Lord, and smiling. The atmosphere in that court was always light. And that is what, Lord, at the end of the day, the bar only, Lord, wants that. Because we do our duty, your Lordship do your Lordship's duty. But it can be done, Lord, in a convenient and a pleasant manner. And that was the hallmark of Justice Nazeer. We wish his Lordship, Lord, good health, and maybe a second inning or a third inning somewhere else. Failing which, Lord, and as an arbitrator, or whichever you would like your Lordship to remain, wished, and will come to the Supreme Court whenever Lordship desires and have a cup of coffee with us, not where we have coffee.
But, may I say something? Not because your Lordship's court was always a pleasure to appear before your Lordship's Lord. Like everybody who was speaking before me said, always Lordships had a note of humor in whenever the case was disposed of. Person, whether he lost or won, he went with a lot of satisfaction that he was being heard, my Lord. Juniors and seniors alike were treated, my Lord. So it was a great opportunity for all of us to have appeared before your Lordship's Lord. We wish your Lordships a very, very healthy and a happy third innings.
Lordship.
My brother Justice Narasimha would like to share some experiences, I think, both from the other side of the bar and on this side.
Yes. Only his Lordship is entitled to say from both sides.
I very fondly recollect my appearances before Justice Nazeer. I remember cases where he would indulge us and he would say, "This argument you can't make, Narasimha." There you stop. So, other arguments would the moment you would ask the briefing counsel, where is the matter before? The moment he tells us that it is before Justice Nazeer, kind of a pleasure is always comes to all of us. That's how we would assess our appearances before an honorable judge. At the same time, what you would not have experienced is that when I sat with him, he said, "Brother, you take care of the matters." And extraordinarily, he permitted me to even dictate the orders in the very first day. Really, really grateful to you. I had great association with my brother now, the earlier occasion, as well as a judge of the, wishing him all the very best in all times to come.
Before I request Brother Justice Nazeer, I'd like to just say a few words. Mr. Solicitor, Mr. Vikas Singh, Mr. Manoj Mishra, senior members of the bar, Justice Nazeer's law clerk's family, everyone who's present in the court. Yesterday, called up Brother Justice Nazeer in the evening, and I said that we have about 4 transfer petitions, we have a few bail applications, and a few IAs. And I asked Justice Nazeer, would you like to have the ceremonial bench after the transfer petitions, the bail applications, and the IAs are over, so that you don't have to spend the last evening before the last day of your work as a judge of the Supreme Court wading through SLPs. So he refused to take up my offer and said, no, I would like to continue with you even until the board is over. So then we had this compromise that Brother Justice Nazeer will continue with us till 12:45 and we will have the ceremonial bench. And that really speaks of his dedication, that even on the last day, he wanted to be fully active and constantly in the court. I have worked with Justice Nazeer both on the bench, in the collegium. We have exchanged notes in the corridors, in our lounge. And one thing which really Justice Nazeer has a very unique quality of bringing about is that he never allows the stress of whatever we do to get to him or to affect the others. And I think working with him so closely as I have ever since his appointment to the Supreme Court has really shown me the way he approaches his life and his work. Right from 10:30 this morning when we came to the court, every moment of time in the court is precious. But almost every moment today in the last 2.5 hours, there has been a sense of sadness in my heart that, well, this is one less minute now to sit with Justice Nazeer in the court. He's been a very dear friend of mine. But I'll really only use the words of a very distinguished statesman who rose to become the 26th President of the United States when he said that justice consists not in being neutral between right and wrong, but in finding out the right and upholding it wherever found against the wrong. So I think Justice Nazeer doesn't belong to that class of persons who would be neutral between right and wrong, but he found what is right, stood up for it, and he was ready to stand by it and then ensure that justice has been done. Unfortunately, I wish I had the pleasure of either appearing before him or of sitting before him when he was a judge of the Karnataka High Court. That was not to be. But then I found a friend in Justice Nazeer. We sat for a very long time on this very bench in the Ayodhya matter. And I only know with what great sense of statesmanship he carried the matter for all of us. We stood together, we fought together, we decided together. And I must thank Brother Justice Nazeer for all his wonderful association, which I'm sure will continue in the future. Whether we'd like to say a few words.
Lord, could you permit me?
Yes.
Lord, it is very important for us to